What's going on, FaceBoxers? It's Will Vickers and Kyle Davies here. He just had his debut on light heavyweight fight about 6-7 days ago. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, thank you. I'm feeling good.
All right. So tell us about the fight itself.
Yeah, so the fight went as planned, really. We wanted to see if we could stop him, ideally, to just because he'd only ever been stopped twice. So we wanted to see if we could stop him and make a bit of a statement to say that I had stopped him. But he come in a bit heavier and he knew how to survive. So we just boxed it and just won. We just wanted to box then instead of just looking for the knockout. If it come, it come. And we were just looking to box all the rounds and just win convincingly, really.
Brilliant. So it was a 4-rounder. It was your debutante fight in the light heavyweight division. Where does that put you in the rankings now?
Well, it did. I was 41. I think I might be 43 now, maybe. But put me 41st, which is decent. He was actually ranked 48th.
What was his name?
Daryl Sharp, his name is. He's won an area title before. He has won an area title.
So it's going to be a stiff fight, like.
Yeah, it looked to be quite of a good debut. Do you know what I mean? Not someone that's going to just roll over, not someone that's just going to give a bit of an easy night. So that was the perfect kind of. Well, I've only had 7 amateur fights.
Yeah.
Before that, so we didn't want to. We just want to take it step by step and just pick the right opponents at the right times and try to get me as much as the experience as I can, without pushing me too quickly, I think.
Right. How did you feel when you were in the ring and then like with the audience behind you and all that lot?
Yeah. Well, it was all different because I've never boxed without head guard and I've actually never boxed at home either. I used to train in Northwich. So it was all different. But I've just felt, I think once it started, the first round went, the first 30 seconds, I think I just kind of, the nerves settled then. And I went into kind of work mode, if you like.
When you finished the fight, how did the euphoria of feeling that you'd won and then you had like 100 people in the crowd? Mate, I was ringside, I was loving it, but I was off my head. I was like trying to remember names. How did that feel? Sorry, go on.
I've sold quite a few tickets and there's actually a photo of me smiling while fighting because I watched the videos back and me and my girlfriend saw it was when everyone started singing. Yeah. So there was I was taking it all in while I was in there, but then like as soon as I got out the ring, just everyone swarming me. I think all the adrenaline was just still kicking for a while and just I don't know. It was unexplainable, I think.
Was it a buzz?
Yeah, it was. It's what I've been waiting for. We've been turning over pro for, I think, 2 years, 3 years. I've not boxed for 3 years. So to finally do it was like, I think it was, I was all building up to that night, I think, and to let it all out. Yeah.
What about the training before the fight? Give us a bit of an inkling into how that went.
Well, I come off Christmas at 92 kilo. So put on a couple of pounds at Christmas, and then I got the board said that my license had finally been cleared. So I come off Christmas, kind of got my license at the start of January. Yeah. And then we were looking to fight, and then it was my 21st as well in January. But I'd have to lose all this weight, so it was kind of we had a strict training camp. It was hard, but I think it just shows that's what you kind of need for a pro fight, because I still wasn't happy with my fitness, even though it's the best shape I've ever been in. So it was a bit of a change from before, but I think I've adjusted to it now, and I've kind of got into that mindset of just training's hard, and that's how it is. It's never really an easy day kind of thing.
You've been training tonight. What did you do tonight or today?
Yeah, well, I just some bit of strength and conditioning downstairs with just a bit of cardio, and then just a couple of pads. I'm just easing back into it now. I'm boxing in 8 weeks, so trying to get this week. Yeah, 8 weeks till I go again. So I'm gonna get this week out the way.
Yeah.
Go carry on.
Where you in 2 months' time? Where you going? Where you fighting? Who are you going to be fighting?
Yeah, it's at the same place. So I'm boxing at Fenton Manor again. We don't know the opponent yet.
Right.
But we're going to try a box at the same weight again. So that's why I've straight back on it now. I'm going to try and get back down to the weight a bit earlier and yeah, try and just do everything
mate, I want to be
sooner.
ringside this time, and I want to like get you live. I will do.
Yeah.
But it's like, go on. I was listening.
Yeah, it was hard on the night because it was all just
Nobody
a bit
knew
crazy.
me. I grabbed a few lads,
No.
and in my honest opinion, you were completely hard. And I thought, I was to my dad, I was like, I might collar him, but no, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no,
Honestly,
just,
no, you're menacing, but
no.
it's like I'm getting to know my students. You know what I mean? And then,
Yeah, no. Well, I saw you do some. I joined your page not long ago because I saw you shared some stuff on Becky.
Yeah. Oh, the fire
But,
goddess and all that lot.
yeah. But I wouldn't have been able to put like a face to the page. So you should have just grabbed me on the night. You should have just got me in a headlock and dragged me over to the side. And I would have done. I
know,
wouldn't
but it's not
minded.
that easy for me when you're like a professional prize fighter who just battered someone. And like, how's it going, mate? Do you want to do an interview? But I will now. We've broken the ice. Right.
Yeah,
Next
I wouldn't
question.
have minded.
Sorry. The next question. You've got 3 lads, the 3 Musketeers at Stoke Impact.
New Ryder James.
Right. Tell us about that.
I think it's just that we're all the same weight and we all just mix it in the ring kind of thing. So we are now the 3 Musketeers of Impact, the 3 light heavyweights, I think. So I think that's where it come from.
And is there like a pecking order, or is it like a chess game, or what?
No, I think it's just everybody just works to help each other. Like I think everyone's main focus is themselves, kind of thing. So there's not enough time to be a rivalry and worry what anyone else is doing. I think everybody just offers themselves up to spar when the other person needs it, and we're just all there to help each other out. Especially with only being the 3 heavier lads, we kind of need each other for the sparring and the work.
With Tommy Fury, after one fight, I don't know what I mentioned to anyway as well. After one fight, you ranked above him. How do you feel about that? That's got to be one for the history books.
Well, it's hopefully a future opponent.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second. Let me just.
That's right.
1 sec. I'm back. Sorry, the dog heard me mum pull up, so it was crying. But yeah, no. Well, it could be a future opponent, you know, down the line. We're similar age, similar weight. So, I just thought, because everybody likes to talk about the names and knows the names, and I just thought to kind of put it into context of where the rankings are, it's easy to use a name that people know to kind of show, like, oh, I'm here and they're there. It gives people a bit of perspective, I think.
I know, but why not? You might as well go for it. That's my opinion. If he's a name who stands out, you're rocking and rolling.
I mean, it's just the smart fight and when. Like, it just shows that I'm kind of around that area. So it's something to look at in the future, to keep an eye on how they're progressing, how I'm progressing, and if the paths meet, the paths meet.
Tommy Fury, then, do you think you could take him? What's your perception from a prize fighter perspective? I don't know. I'm just like, go on.
Well, from a personal perspective, I think I can. I'm pretty confident. You've got to be confident you can take whoever at the right time. It's always got to be the right time.
Yeah.
So I just trust in Joe and Scott to put me in with everyone at the right time. So anyone they put me in with, I know they've done for a purpose. I believe I can beat at that time.
Right, okay. With the horse riding angle, tell us about that, because it's a bit of a juxtaposition. It's like horse riding, this is from my mind, horse riding is posh, boxing is working class. Tell us about that a bit.
Oh, it's not too posh. It's not too posh. But yeah, that's just a family thing. So obviously Scott, I'm related to Scott.
Yeah.
So that's like the boxing side. And then like my mum, my cousins do horse riding. So that was that side. And I think because my mum does horse riding, I think that's what I did first. And then obviously being around the boxing, it was always in the back of my mind. So when I was about 15, I chose to then try boxing, but I still ride horses. That's where I work.
Brilliant.
In the week. Yeah.
How do you find that? like take your mind away, like a bit of a balance kind of thing from the boxing, or?
Oh, yeah, because I love it as well. And I think it goes hand in hand. I think the calmness of the horse riding and maybe the balance from it also transfers to the calmness and the ring, and you use balance in boxing. So I think both of them, even though one's not quite a violent sport and the other one might be seen as it is, they both share qualities that help in each sport.
Now you've got Kyle Davies. Have you got like a nom de plume? Like, you know your middle name. You know you've got Danger and all that lot. What's your middle name?
No, we've not thought of one yet.
You know what I was thinking of? This might be, you might completely whatever. Have you ever heard of James Quick? Have you ever heard of James Quick Tillis?
No, I don't think
Right,
I have.
he was the gatekeeper of the heavyweight division in the 1990s. He fought Evander Holyfield,
Yeah.
and all that lot. But he rode horses as well. But he was like the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. That just came to my mind. James Quick Tillis.
Yeah, to have something in like that. Yeah, I've always said I've always thought of something, but I've always said I want to kind of adopt the name. So I want someone to maybe sit. Yeah, so someone says it one time.
Well, I've said it now. Quick.
Yeah.
Be quick on your hands. It's like lineage.
Well,
I might not like it. What do you like inside your mind?
I tried to be. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh. But yeah, I try to be quick. But I think it'll definitely it'll come one day. I'm trying to just gather up ideas and see what kind of works and what sticks. But I'm sure it'll come in a few years and someone will say something. It'll just resonate in my head and I'll be like, yeah, that's what I want.
You're doing very well, by the way. What does it mean to your mum and all your friends that how well you're doing in Stoke?
Oh, well, they were obviously because I boxed in Northwich. Well, I started at Impact, and then it was quite. I started in the white collar, and then I went to the amateurs, and it was quite busy, and I was just not. I feel like I just wasn't kind of like there was that many boxers boxing that when you were new, it's hard to kind of build your way up.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to Northwich, which I had a gym recommended to me. So I went up there, and that's why I ended up boxing. And then that's where I met my coach Joe, who's been coaching me since my first amateur fight. So boxing in Northwich, and my friends never saw me to box really, so they only knew I did boxing. So then to finally box at home, they were all like, I think they were a bit surprised at what they saw really, because they'd never seen me before. And then for my mum, well, this is all that I've really been talking about, and this is all that she's been pushing me to do. So I think she's made up for me, really. Yeah.
Oh, really good.
Yeah,
your mum's called Gail as well. I saw because I was looking. My mum's called Gail.
That's me. That's me nan's Gail.
Oh, your nan.
Mum's
All right, sorry.
Yeah, but me nan used to take me boxing as well and comes and watches. Right. So yeah, me nan is at the boxing too.
All right. Anthony Yard. Have you ever sparred him? Because I saw your picture with him. I was like,
I have sparred Yard.
You have? Oh, tell us about that.
Yeah, but
go on,
that was when I was, how old was I now? 15, maybe 16. Because Joe, my coach, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't be able to. That about 6, 5. Oh, it'd be quite a while. I'm not sure how old I was. Maybe I was a bit older. Might have been 17-ish. But that was quite a while ago. But my coach is good friends with Tundi, his trainer.
Yeah.
I think you might have seen.
I've heard
he frequently comments on the post and just messages Joe to see how I get on. Because I used to go down quite a lot and watch them train to just get a feel of it. And I can remember one day they just said, "Oh, put your guard on. You're going to do a few rounds with Yards," which is a bit like I don't know. He was like my favourite boxer. So then to do some rounds with, it was kind of took a round or two to kind of sink in what I was doing. But yeah, it was a good experience. And well, I won't go again. So I think we're sorting out when we can go up again. Really
brilliant. I'm trying to think that Mancunian lad call now. I've got it written down.
I sparred.
Go on.
I sparred. Oh, 1 second. I sparred. Oh, are we still? Is it?
I'm here. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. No, someone rang me.
It's all right.
Yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
was on about that Mancunian lad who runs a boxing gym in a Stoke, but he's like light heavyweight as well. He's under Queensberry Promotions.
I'm not sure. You'd have to just have a quick look. No, I'm not too sure.
All right. Anyway, he fought Anthony Yard for like the title fight, like during lockdown. I was wondering if you'd sparred him.
Lyndon Arthur.
Yes, correct.
I have not. I've not sparred Lyndon Arthur. No, I've not sparred Lyndon Arthur, but I went up to that is one gym that I did go. I did go up to his gym to maybe box as an amateur, but it just didn't work out. It was just too far.
Okay.
Yeah. But I sparred Callum Johnson just before Christmas. He was boxing Joe Smith for the world title. So I went and did some sparring with him, but unfortunately he ended up actually getting COVID just before flying out to, I think it might have been Vegas. So unfortunately that fight didn't go ahead, but I managed to spar him. So it's not bad sparring Anthony Yard. I think he's ranked number 1, and then Callum Johnson ahead of a world title fight. So I've kind of got a taste for what it's like to be the top, what the top level is like, kind of thing.
If that fight came along, would you fight Anthony Yard like a few fights down the line? You know, like whatever. Inside your mind,
you just have to see whatever was right. I mean, it would be a while yet. Hopefully, he might have retired, and I wouldn't have to. But no, yeah, and like I say, any fight that Joe Scott think is right, whether it's in 10 years or whatever fight they think next, I'll just trust in what they say.
I know you're only 21. You've got a lot of time.
I know, I've got a long time, yeah. I think carry on.
Go on, I'm listening, sorry.
I was just saying, just with only being 21 and then only having 7 amateur fights, I've got quite a lot of time to build. I don't really have to rush into anything too soon. I've got a lot of time to kind of build some experience and just build as a fighter, which is some things that some other people might not have the luxury of with starting the career late or various different things. So that's what we're just going to do. Take a time and make sure we do everything right. Yeah.
And then with your mum and the horse riding thing, you've got a good balance. Will you always help her out with that? Or would you prefer just do pure boxing, pure pro, get the cash rolling in?
No, I would always help, but I think I'd always have ride horses as well. Maybe not leading up to fights just because of injury but it's just a good de-stress from the boxing to be able to go ride the horses, and then vice versa. After work, it's nice to go boxing. So I think I've got the perfect balance of both, where I don't get sick of either one because I've got 2 different things at all time.
Yeah. With the current boxing heavyweight division with Joshua and Fury, do you ever see that fight happening?
I don't know. I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. I hope it's not just all talking, and I hope they're just building us up to a big fight.
What fights are you looking forward to watching?
I'm really looking forward to Canelo and Bivol. Is what I am. I think it's a really interesting matchup.
Number 1, do you think I call him AC Slater. Did you ever watch the Saved by the Bell? Call him AC Slater. Anyway,
no,
I'm a bit older than you. Do you think he should be allowed to fight because he's a Russian boxer and a lot of them have been banned?
I'm not sure on that. I'm not sure on the whole. I don't know enough to kind of comment. I think if he's not, depends what his views are as well. But I feel like he can't help what's going on in his country per se. But I guess I'm not too sure. I couldn't speak too much on that.
No problem. So how do you see the fight going, Bivol and Canelo?
Well, that's why they're both one of my favourite boxers. That's why
I like both of them as well.
Yeah, Canelo has always been my favourite. And then, obviously, with being a light heavyweight or looking at that kind of weight, I watch the top lads to see what is the top. And I've always gravitated to Bivol and his style. So I think it's a tough fight for both. But I'm interested to just see.
What's his style in comparison to yours? What do you take in for your skill set?
I just really admire his boxing, and he's got great distance, And I just think, as a boxer, as an out-and-out boxer, as a boxer puncher as well, he can punch and he can box. I just think he's really disciplined as well when he fights. Never really makes a mistake, never really wastes a shot at all, which is it's a tough thing to do as well.
Right. Hellboy said you've got the hardest right hand in like boxing gym. Tell us about that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just that I think it must be my specialty. That's me weapon. Well, do you know what? It is probably my best shot, but that's why we've been working on everything else, just so people who do spar me, who know I've got a good right hand, might stay away from it. But now we're working on so that maybe the left hook's just as good, just so I've got the variety. But I've heard it's quite an hard shot. I mean, I've not been hit by it, so I can't comment too much.
Have you ever sparred Roland?
I've done a bit of touch sparring with Roland on the floor.
Because he's heavyweight, isn't he? But he got that knockout like in 13 seconds or whatever. And what about Lewis? Have you sparred him? I'm trying to get a.
Oh yeah, me and Lewis. We don't spar loads because of him being my little cousin. I don't hit him as much as I should do. Whereas Scott's saying to me, "You hit him," and then he's saying to Lewis, "You hit him." So I'm getting better at it. It's nothing. It's, to be honest, I think Lewis is he's level. So it's nothing like I don't go in there and think, "Oh, I'm not hitting Lewis because he's smaller or younger than me," because it's nothing to do with that. It's just I think I have a bit of a family mental block.
I understand. So when you're in sparring, though, do you go full pelt or knock it down a bit?
I think you just get out of sparring what you need to get out. Sometimes you do really have a go, and then sometimes it's more of a thinking game. I think you can use sparring in all different ways. Sometimes you can do it as like a technical spar, so one person just throws a jab, the other person is just doing head movement. So I think you can work it all different ways, and there's all different spars in the gym. Sometimes you go and spar hard, sometimes it's just a bit of a light spar, sometimes it's a thinking spar. I think you just got to use sparring for what you need to at that point. Saying if you're quite a few weeks out of the fight and you want a bit of fitness, you go in and just have a bit of a tear up and just push yourself and see how fit you are. And then a few weeks out of the fight, we start thinking about what we're going to do in the fight, and then it becomes more of like a simulation of what you're going to do on the night.
Right. Okay. Your diet, has that changed since you've turned pro? Do you take it seriously or?
Yeah, well, we've got a nutritionist, so shout out Pete at Qualified Nutrition. I couldn't, to be honest, I don't think I could do it without him. I just don't know enough, and I like having it set out. Whereas he sets everything out for me, so he'll send me a spreadsheet of everything that I can eat in every meal, and then it's just planned then. So then I can't slip up. I just cook whatever needs to be cooked for that week, and that's what I eat.
Is that part of you and you really stick to it now? Like now you're pro?
Yeah.
Have you always gained since you're pro? Like amateur pro?
Yeah, definitely. No, I've always been maybe just a little bit going through the motion and never really pushed myself to the point where I was uncomfortable. I'd always hit a level of where I was comfortable and think that was enough. But now I've realised that you've got to train you got to push yourself all the time, because it just catches up with you else. You'll get found out at some point if you don't train hard enough.
So it gives you the edge, kind of thing.
Yeah, it definitely gives you the edge, because everyone's 2 arms and 2 legs, but then it sets a difference. If you can tell who's put the work in more, that's what kind of changes the difference between everyone. Well, like your opponent, you don't know how hard your opponent's trained, so you can never say you've done enough, because someone can always do more.
Yeah. Who's your trainer then? Who's your sole trainer? Who's your main trainer? So
it is Joe. So right. Joe's who I've had I would never swap trainer.
Is that since you've been with Northwich and you turned with him?
Yeah, so when I went Northwich, it's a funny story. I actually met Joe from Northwich, and I was having my first bout, and the person that recommended me Northwich wanted the head trainer go with me, and he wasn't actually going with me. He had someone else. So we were a bit like, oh, well, we wanted the head trainer. But we had Joe instead, who had never met Joe. And then after that first fight, we started to do one-on-ones, and then we've just been like training ever since. But he's probably more than just a trainer. Like, he comes to my birthday meals. He's more. It's like it's a bit more than just a trainer, and I think that's what I need, because he understands me as a person and a boxer, which helps. I think that adds the edge over other people as well. Like your opponent's coach might be coached to. Do you know what I mean? You might have a couple other fighters or whatever, and might not know them as. But I think all coaches know him personally, but with Joe being just my coach, I think it gives a bit more. He's got a bit more time to create everything for just me.
Right. When you fought, not this Friday, the Friday before, was he in your corner? Was he in your corner? Was it Scott?
So I had Joe. I had Joe and Steve. Scott wanted so. Jace and Scott, we still all I still do pads with Jace and Scott at the gym, which Jace is James's trainer.
Yeah.
And then obviously Scott's got
you've gone off again.
Ryan. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Ryan and Jamie. So we all do still work together, and Joe still does pads with the other people. So, but I think Scott couldn't do my corner because Jamie was boxing next. So he was warming Jamie up in the changing room. So I had Joe, and then Steve is also from my other gym, who just comes and helps out on the weekends as well.
When you're in the corner, then does it calm you down being with your trainer, and what do they say to you?
Yeah, I think it's I think that's what quite important, having a trainer that knows you. So it's easier for when you come back in the corner that they know what to say and how you're feeling. Like, every trainer will know their own fighter. Right. So it is calming to know that you've got an understanding in the corner, so you don't really get confused on what the instructions are.
Right. When you're in the ring, when I was speaking to Jamie, he said he thrives off the pain. What are you like?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure, really. I think when I get in there, I always just turn into I think I just go into I go into that kind of boxer mode. I think I stop being Kyle Davies on the outside and just go to Kyle Davies into the boxer. And I think I just go fully focused.
Why do you want to do it though? Why do you want to smash someone else's face in? What? No, seriously, what do you get out of it?
I'm not sure. I think I just love the whole sport. Yeah. And I think I'm thinking about long term as well. I know that this is something I want to do for forever and be successful at. So I think every fight is more that next step to being where I want to be. So every person that I box is in the way of being where I want to be. And I think that's what pushes me to win every time. So not necessarily that I've got anything against the person, just they're standing in the way of where I've got to go.
Where do you want to go?
I just want to go. I want to be the best I can be, really.
Would you like to be a world champion? Do you see that within your sights? Oh, you do? Right. Okay.
I do. Okay. But I've got to have high hopes, else. I don't want to aim somewhere and then wish I pushed on. I want to just, I'm happy with anywhere I get, but that is where I want to be. And if it doesn't happen, it does. If it does happen, then great.
I agree 1,000,000%, because you're 21, you've got the pedigree, you're going for it, go large. That's what I mean,
I've sparring like Callum Johnson, and he was boxing for a world title. So I mean, I don't say I'm going to beat him in a fight now, but I've been in there and I was fine, and I felt like I kept my own. So that just helped me in confidence to say, I could be there, but there's just a lot of hard work and a lot more that goes into it. So as long as I put the hard work in and do everything right, I should make it as far as my potential should take me.
Brilliant. Sponsorship, is there anything you want to shout out to Stoke-on-Trent local companies or anything?
Well, yeah, I do have sponsors. So I've got my mum with C&G Equine, which is the horses.
Yeah.
So, and then I've also got Neil Stockton at Elevated Brickwork.
Right.
And then Carl at Magna Projects as well. And then, I mean, they are my main two sponsors and my mum. But we're always looking for sponsors. for anyone to get on board. I think now that I've got the ball rolling and I'm actually fighting, I might get a few more, whereas before I'd not really done anything. So it was asking for sponsors, but saying, well, I'm not professional yet, I'm not fighting yet.
Yeah.
So I think now that I am boxing and I've got the ball rolling, they might start to come in.
Brilliant. If they want to get in touch with you, where can they get in touch with you?
So it's Kyle Davies box. It's Kyle_Davies boxer on Instagram. And then you can either message me direct Kyle Davies on Facebook, or I've got a boxing page, Kyle Davies Boxer, on Facebook as well. Or if you want to get in touch with Scott Lawton as well, and you can pass it on.
FaceBoxers, get in touch with him, everybody. Hot prospect from Stoke, rocking and rolling. All right, to cap the interview off, is there anything else that you'd like to add to your 10,000 FaceBoxers who are watching right now?
I just want to say just thank you for the interview. And then thank you for everyone's support, everyone at the gym as well, all the boys for the sparring for the first fight, everyone that come watch. And then, I just appreciate everyone's just support and interest as well.
Wow. Thank you very much for your time, Kyle. It's much appreciated.
No, thank you.
I'll support your entire career.
Again.
I'll be ringside going wild for you. Mate, I'm completely Impact now. I'm loving getting to know the boys, but I'm enjoying it.
You should come down the gym and just do some filming and stuff.
I promise I will. But I'm getting to know you, aren't I? Mate, you're fighters. I'm like this dude. But I will. I promise I will. So I'm close enough. I will. I'll be there, mate. Anyway, FaceBoxers.
Even though we're fighters,
I hope you enjoyed it, everybody.
Nice.
Right, I'm going to sign off now. All right.